So I don't default to sadness, I default to anger because anger is actionable. Sadness has me wanting to sit on the fucking sofa with a duvet, eating ice cream and fucking feeling my feels. And the reality is that doesn't get me anywhere, other than more depressed, more anxious, more fucking miserable, and more of what I don't want. Alrighty, what's happening? Welcome back to the show. Those of you who are new here, my name is Byron Ovenstone. I completely forgot to take the trash out. And as I pushed record on the last video, before I was about to start this video, through that window, I saw the dude rolling up and I'm like, oh, fuck. I legged it. Anyway, nothing to do with today's story. For the longest time, right, I was motivated by one of two things. Straight up pure anger, aggression, or proving people wrong. So I got a Rolodex in my head of people that I'm constantly like trying to prove wrong. But you get to a point where that's no longer good enough. And the reason why is because you exceed everything that they were capable of doing. And then proving them wrong is kind of boring, kind of pointless because you've done it. So at that point, the entire mindset has to shift to something different, has to shift to something new. And that's when you start shifting to things like proving yourself right. So when you're dialed in, and you know exactly what you want from this game called life, right? You're like, hey man, I want to get wealthier, fitter, stronger. I want to have a wife, 2 kids. I want to have a beautiful house, etc., etc. And you start crafting that vision of what you want from this. I want to change 1 million men's lives. Okay, that's some big fucking asks. Proving people wrong is no longer going to be a good enough reason to do what you do. Because by 26, 27 years old, truth be told, I had already proved them all wrong. Multiple times over. And then the motivation to prove them wrong starts kind of disappearing. At which point, if you're not hungry enough, if you don't have a big enough, hairy enough, ugly enough, audacious fucking goal that you're chasing and hunting, it's easy to start taking your foot off the gas and go, well, all of those fuckers who shit talk me, I make more money, I got a more beautiful wife, I got awesome kids, blah, blah, blah. I don't need to do this shit anymore. But when your why is big enough, when your vision is big enough, and I hate it when people say your why, but when your why is big enough and your vision is big enough, now you can shift that to something that's a lot more positive, a lot more powerful, the legacy that you want to leave. Because the reality is, man, and this is not unique to me. I actually heard someone else say it. It's escaping me now where I heard it. But the guy's like, dude, if you die tomorrow, that's your fucking legacy. Like everyone's talking about leaving this legacy and it's a decade, 2 decades, 5 decades from now. Guys like, bro, you get hit by a fucking bus when you're crossing the road later today. Your legacy is done. Like that's what you've left. So if you're not proud of where you are right now, you should probably do something about it. And that for me was like a whole shit moment. I was like, fuck. I've been constantly going, well, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years from today, I'm going to be X, Y, Z. Well, who the fuck are you showing up as today? Because that's the kicker. That's the key. Like to understand where you want to go, have clear, crystal clear vision on what it is that you want from this game called life. And then what are the daily habits that motherfucker would have to do to sustain that lifestyle, to sustain that goal, that dream, that aspiration. Once you know what that is, you can then start living those right now. And that's where you are able to time collapse things, because it's like, would the best version of me go out and get white girl wasted every single fucking Friday night? Probably not. Would the best version of me spend aimlessly and recklessly, or would they be smart and strategic with their finances? Would they pay attention to what's going out, what's going in, where they're putting what, how they're doing X, Y, Z? Probably. So why would we do that then and not now? Why would we eat trays and trays of donuts now if the best version of me wouldn't do that? Because the best version of me is the healthiest version of me. And I understand what happens when I eat a tray of donuts and how that affects my body. So the best version of me wouldn't be doing that. So why would I do that now? And when you start going to that extreme and you start understanding that path rather than the I'm gonna prove these bitches wrong path, because there is power in that. And sometimes I still leverage the shit out of that. I can remember time, place, location, fucking the exact tonality in their voices, like pretty extreme memories of when people would shit talk me and how they would shit talk me and how they would say it and what they would say. And like when they would talk shit about me or my mom or my sister or my dad or whatever the case might be. So I've got that Rolodex to hand too for if I need it. But the reality is, like by 9 years old, I had fucking 50-year-old guys talking shit about me. And at 9, you think that everyone's good and pure and okay. And then you realize, holy shit, everyone's just out for themselves. And they're prepared to stomp on a 9-year-old's throat to make themselves feel better. Motherfucker, welcome to the real world, right? Okay, cool. But by 26, that 50-year-old that was shit talking me at 9, I already made more money, was way more successful, proved him wrong 55,000 times over. And it's like, at that point, you're like, well, okay, so who the fuck is he? Like, I have a better house, better car, a better life. Everything's just about me is better than anything he was ever able to muster. So who fucking cares? It's no longer enough to prove him wrong because he's a piece of shit. He's done nothing with the 50-something years he's had on this earth. And at that point, it was 70 years on this earth. And I managed to do in sub 20 years what he was able to do in 70. How fucking sad. And like I touched on a video ago or 2 or 3, I don't even remember at this point. Like in the last 4 years, I've been able to do what most people take their entire life to do. And again, what's the difference? Why am I so lucky? I'm not that lucky. I just understand the rules. I understand how to play the game. I understand that if I want an outcome, I have to live that now. Everyone's got a vision board. Mine's over there, where they're looking at it and they're like, oh, I really wish I had a Lamborghini. I really wish I had a Lamborghini. Keep wishing, motherfucker. I wish for that Lamborghini. I understand what it takes to get that Lamborghini, and then I reverse engineer that process and I live that life every fucking day. So the points that I'm trying to drive home to you guys, and I don't really need to go on about this much longer, is yes, be fucking angry. I would rather be angry than sad, because people that are sad do nothing. They just sit and they mope. People that are angry take fucking action with violence. And I'm not necessarily meaning violence in terms of just fucking cutting throats. I mean violence in terms of the actions and the steps that they take towards where they want to go. And that's how you move the needle. So I don't default to sadness, I default to anger because anger is actionable. Sadness has me wanting to sit on the fucking sofa with a duvet, eating ice cream and fucking feeling my feels. And the reality is that doesn't get me anywhere, other than more depressed, more anxious, more fucking miserable, and more of what I don't want. So I don't. So we lean into aggression. That's fucking default, right? Default aggression, good. But then above that, sometimes the where you are going is the true driving force, because like, I don't know about you guys, I can't speak on behalf of you, but a lot of the people that talk shit about me years ago, I smoked them. I stood on their fucking throats and I'm done. And now it's like, well, it's not even enjoyable to fucking do that anymore and to think about it. And it's not even that much of a driving force to get me to do what I do. So now it's got to be bigger than me. It's got to be bigger than proving someone wrong. It's got to be about where am I going? What legacy am I leaving? So understand that you can leverage the two. You can definitely bounce off the two. Some days I'll go into the gym and I'm like, I'm going to fucking prove that dickhead wrong. Other days I'm like, man, I'm in the gym because I know I need to fucking turn 1 million lives, and I'm not going to do that by fucking sleeping. Both work. But they work because you actually put them to use and you put them to action. Aggression and action. If you're not putting them to action, you're not going to get the results that you're looking for. So take the fucking action, and whatever you need to do to motivate you to take that action, do it. And you'll be thankful that you did. 5 years from today, you'll be grateful that you started now and you did the work and you leveraged whatever you had to leverage. But if you're just another one of those tire kickers where you're like, well, tomorrow's a better day to start than today, so tomorrow it is, tomorrow never comes. I played that game for 18 months, told you guys this over and over again now. And eventually got to a point where I'm like, fuck it. I start today. I don't care that it's, I think it was like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I was like, from this point forward today, I make better fucking choices. And I'm going to carry the momentum over till tomorrow and the next day and the next day and the next day. And holy shit, we dropped fucking 100 pounds or something stupid and got lean jacked started making even more money, graduated the project, moved over here, and like I said, the rest is history. But it takes action, it takes taking momentum, building momentum, stair-stepping your approach to where you want to go. If you have no idea where you're going, there's no way you can do that process because there is no roadmap for you to follow. So understand that if you're overweight, a very good starting point will be to just get healthier, fitter, stronger. If you're fucking broke, make more money. If you have a shit network around you where their solution to all their problems is drown their sorrows or get fucking high as a kite, change your network. We do all of it. We dial in your fitness, your nutrition, your mindset, your network. We make you make more money. You show up as a better father, better husband. So if you don't know where to start, you start by clicking the link in the description box below. Or you shoot me a DM on Instagram at Byron Ovenstone. And I'll be more than happy to talk you through the process, get you on board with my guys, and we'll turn you around. And you'll be one of the 1 million people that I am aiming to help before my death day. That's the legacy that I will leave. I hope you guys had an awesome day. I appreciate you joining me. Please like, subscribe, and share. I'll see you next time.